inputs coming in. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is likely to meet the victims, people who've been injured in the Red Fort blast, as soon as he returns from Bhutan. Officials are saying that the meeting could provide the victims and their families a chance to interact with the Prime Minister personally. So that's the big input we are getting. We'll also try and go across to our reporters. This is what sources are telling your channel. Prime Minister Narendra Modi may meet people who were injured in the Red Fort blast as soon as the Prime Minister returns back to the country from Bhutan. And Mohit Bhatt is getting us more details. Home Minister Amit Shah has already met the people injured in the blast. Now we're given to understand the Prime Minister will do so once he's back.
Well, yes, in fact, Swati, what we are getting from our sources is that as soon as Prime Minister returns from Bhutan, he will be visiting LNJP Hospital. And we know for a fact that how most of the victims of this particular tragic incident, the blast, the terrorist attack, they are admitted at LNJP Hospital. And the Prime Minister Narendra Modi would be meeting the injured and their families. Now, Swati, if you remember, after Pulwama attack...
In fact, Mohit, as we speak, we are getting live visuals, I'm being told, of Prime Minister Narendra Modi returning to India. So the Prime Minister has landed, and from here, I believe, he'll directly be going to the LNJP hospital. Mohit?
Yes, Swati, yeah. And as you were telling our viewers, and the visuals are coming in, that how Prime Minister Narendra Modi has landed back in Delhi. Now, it's highly likely that he will be directly going to the LNJP hospital. And as I was saying earlier, Swati, now when the Pulwama terror attack happened, Prime Minister met the family of Shubham Dwivedi in Kanpur. Prime Minister also interacted with the families of the victims. And it goes out as a message that the government, the Prime Minister, is in support of the victims there, and the justice would be delivered. And if you remember, as soon as the incident happened at Red Fort, Home Minister Amit Shah himself went to the spot. He also went to the LNJP hospital. He also met the injured and their families. So clearly, the message from the top is loud and clear that India will not bow down, and that the government stands with the victims, and a strictest of action would be taken against the terror perpetrators. And perhaps that is why Prime Minister Narendra Modi, after concluding his Bhutan visit, will be going to LNJP hospital to meet the victims and their families.
Absolutely. In fact, this is what the Prime Minister said. The first thing that he said in his address in Bhutan, he said, "मैं बहुत भारी मन से यहाँ आया हूँ." But at the same time, he assured the country, took a vow that the perpetrators won't be spared. They will be brought to justice. In fact, that has been the message, isn't it? Right from the top, whether it's the Raksha Mantri, Home Minister, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, all of them assuring the nation that trust the government, trust the process. We will make sure that the perpetrators are brought to justice. And now the Prime Minister would be meeting the victims.
Yes, in fact, Swati, and you see, this was a terror module that was being busted by our agencies, our police forces. But yes, as our reporters have been reporting, that there were lapses, and this kind of incident had happened. But yes, the message is loud and clear that we will take revenge. We will find out every single person behind this. And
Absolutely.
We also saw, Swati, politics over this particular visit of Prime Minister to Bhutan. But when you are the Prime Minister of a country, you have certain compulsions, you have certain duties toward the country.
Let's, in fact, Mohit, let's listen into that statement, that excerpt from that statement, when the Prime Minister said that the perpetrators will be brought to justice.
इस घटना की जांच में जुटी सभी एजेंसियों के साथ, सभी महत्वपूर्ण लोगों के साथ संपर्क में था, विचार विमर्श चलता था। हमारी एजेंसियां इस षड्यंत्र की तह तक जाएगी। इसके पीछे के षड्यंत्रकारियों को बख्शा नहीं जाएगा। All those responsible will be brought to justice.
The Prime Minister has assured the nation that all the perpetrators would be brought to justice. He is now going to meet the victims who were injured in the blast. They've been admitted to LNJP hospital. Quick break. We'll get you more updates on the other side.